as we say, not as we do.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, that is the name of the show.
Or the can.
I'm glad we I'm glad we decided on a name.
Is it
finally.
Plant of the Week time or what?
Okay.
I just like to ruin every little thing that we had, but you know.
Hey, you know what? We do have a very special guest for Plant of the Week, but we'll get to him later. Him. Yeah, it's him. It's
Are
him.
you assuming plant's gender?
Yeah.
That joke went over the heads of half the audience, and then the other half are angry right now.
Well, you know.
And we're back. How's it going, guys? So welcome to Do As We Say, Not As We Do. Today we're talking about
Childhood. Our childhood. And not your childhood, because we don't know what yours was like.
But you can tell us in the comments, I guess.
If you want. If you really wanted to, you could. Wow.
So, as you can tell by how we talk, we're both homeschooled, or we're homeschooled. Contrary to popular belief, you do have friends. One.
You did?
He was imaginary, but...
Oh. That's more in line with what I experienced. I had my one imaginary friend, and then that was about it. I'm also getting a phone call right now, and it's on vibrate, so I'm going to...
Who is it? They can be our guest speaker.
I have no idea. You want me to see? That's my girlfriend.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
We just lost a subscriber. So yeah, we're both homeschooled. People think like either A, you're like really intelligent, you're rocket science, or B, they think you're stupid when you're homeschooled.
We're in between. We're like the perfect...
We wanted to break the stereotype.
What is the chart? Or I don't even know if it's a chart, but it's like the picture. You know the pictures where they have 3 circles and there's a little bit where 2 circles overlap, and then there's the middle part where all 3 of the circles overlap, and you're one of each of the...
Isn't that a Venn diagram?
It's something. We're Oh, okay, yeah. Circle diagram.
Circle diagram.
Nope.
That ain't it. That ain't it, Coach.
The 3 circle.
3.
Oh wait. No.
Not important. But anyways, we're really smart homeschoolers.
Well, no. What I was gonna say is we're like the perfect. We're like a perfect blend of smart, stupid, and socially awkward. We're a little bit of each. We're not,
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, I think that
it's funny because so we were in the same homeschool group.
Yep.
We met every Friday, and that's how we met. And they have you do like a speech for your last one, and I led off my speech with, "Hi, as you all know, I'm homeschooled, and I do have friends," and it got a good laugh, and then. Then I remembered I was lying, and we played sports a lot growing up.
Yeah.
A lot of other homeschoolers, they did like band and stuff like that. So that way you're not just in your house by yourself. Much like everybody else right now. Congrats. Y'all homeschooled now because you're quarantined. Congrats. How do you like it?
I like it how I'm paying, or I'm not personally paying. My parents are paying $20,000 a semester for me to be homeschooled again. That's really great. I love that for me. Yeah, I going back to playing sports though. Playing sports, I would highly recommend playing sports. I don't know if you're watching this, you're probably old enough to where you're already playing sports, or you did. If you're gonna when you have kids someday, I would encourage you, even if they say they hate it, force them to play sports at least once.
I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't matter if you suck. It's okay. Everybody sucks at things. Sometimes, I won't lie, I wasn't the greatest at basketball. I knew that, but I had fun.
Yeah.
Just do it anyways. It'll be okay.
Sports is one of the greatest teachers in life because it teaches you important lessons, and the consequences for you messing up at the end of the day really aren't that, like, they're not bad. If you lose a basketball game but you learn a lesson from it, then that's a win.
You only have to cry when you go to sleep. You don't have to do it in front of your teammates.
That's right.
It's fine.
You hold in the tears and then you go home and you cry on your second
and then you cry in the
trophy.
bathtub. And that way the water's running and nobody else can hear you.
Yeah. Is this... Does sound like personal experience? It's okay. I can't even... Well, actually, I think I've cried after a game...
Oh, I've done it quite a few times.
3 or 4... Well, this is just for basketball.
My first year of baseball, so I don't know, I was 10 and something. We lost every single game. Like, it's the first time it happened in a long time. We lost every single game. So I figured out how to lose pretty early on, thankfully. But yeah, we played basketball together. That's one of the ways we got a lot closer. Was when we, travel into Timbuktu every weekend and
Timbuktu or Indianapolis.
Again and again and again.
At 6 a.m.
Getting your butt kicked again and again.
Good times. Those are really good times. I would say the one thing is, first off, you learn more losing than you do winning. For sure. Second off.
Unless you play for the Indy Wildcats. Yeah. That's right, I'm looking at you.
Shout out to the Indy Wildcats. I don't even...
You didn't have to beat us by almost 100, okay? We got it. You're better than us. You recruit. Good for you. We're homeschooled, and we're just chilling.
Yeah. We're not mad all these years later.
But if you try a sport and you really, really don't like it after a couple years, play an instrument first. Do something like that. Do choir, do drama, do something.
The funny thing is, for me, a lot of the sports that I ended up enjoying or missing the most were the sports that I hated when I first played them, and my mom would not let me quit. So thank you, Mom. I played football. I played flag football when I was super little, and then in 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, all through I guess 4 years, I played tackle football, and I hated it because
you would need to see. So if you saw a picture of 7th grade Robbie, you wouldn't recognize 7th grade Robbie.
If I threw up a picture right now, which I'm too lazy to edit the podcast, so I'm not going to. Just imagine. Let's say here's 8-year-old Robbie, and then here's 13-year-old Robbie. They'd be the same picture. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Everyone was drawn. Jacob was already 6 foot, basically, by this point, and was a full-grown man. Meanwhile, there's people like me on the team, mainly just me, who I was skinny, short.
Robbie was about a foot shorter. But as you can see, he's taller than me now.
Yeah.
So it was always funny because his dad would say, "Don't worry, you'll get there." I was a late bloomer, didn't start growing until I was older. Yeah. And Robbie was like, he was so sad. He was like, "It's not going to happen."
Yeah. I literally did not think it was possible for me to grow.
And then, he grew quite a bit in high school, but his first year at college, I remember he came back and I was like, "Dude, you're still growing. Calm down."
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" It's my aunt actually saw him recently and she was like, "Is that little Robbie?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's not little Robbie anymore."
Yeah. Oh, little Robbie. Little Robbie learned a lot of lessons on the football field. And little Robbie wanted to quit after 3... Not so much my 5th grade year. There were a lot of people who hadn't really grown yet.
Yeah.
So it was okay. And we didn't also... It helped that the 5th grade team didn't play other teams. It was basically just like we would scrimmage each other, and then we'd practice, and at the end of the year, we got the chance to scrimmage like the 6th grade team. And then... Or wait, am I getting that mixed up?
I didn't even play 5th and 6th grade.
I can't. Basically, the first year I played,
Was it 4th grade?
I think it might have been 4th grade now that I think about it. So it was actually 4th, 5th. It was 5 years that I played. 4th grade was the first year. This is so confusing. And at the end of my 4th grade football season, we scrimmaged the 5th grade team, but the 5th and 6th grade teams were one team, and then the 7th and 8th grade teams were one team.
They're on the edge of their seat right now.
And this has been my TED Talk about how junior high football works in Paris, Illinois.
Okay, but to add on to Paris, Illinois, you know they're running the spread now, right?
Oh yeah,
you know how fun that would have been.
Yeah, we ran.
But oh well, that's
yeah.
So I want to transition a little bit.
Yeah.
To my mom's favorite topic, which is all the crazy stuff we did.
Yeah. All of the wisdom we gained from school and sports just went down the drain whenever we had free time. It was. I think we almost. What was the closest we've gotten to dying? Because there's been a couple, not like serious, like super life or death.
I don't know. Were you in the backyard when I made that bomb that one time? If you don't remember it, then I'm gonna go with no.
Our NSA agent's very interested right now.
Okay,
he's watching.
Listen, I spent all summer. That was the summer I spent in Peoria and just all around Illinois.
Yeah.
So I came back, and I was frustrated because I'd been gone all that time, and so I mean it was a good experience, but I was like, because I'd made little explosions, like everybody loves pouring gasoline on the fire, it's fun, but I was like, well, I could make it bigger. So I mixed a whole bunch of things that I'm not going to tell you what I did. I put it in our little metal trash can, but I was safe, so I put the lid on top.
So
the metal lid shot about 20 feet in the air, and it shook the windows of the neighborhood. My mom ran outside, and she was like, "What was that?" So I went, "I don't know." And it sprayed fire all over the lawn. I had to stomp it out. That might have been the closest I've come to dying, because if it would have been any bigger, it probably would have just blasted that barrel that I was about 15 feet away from. But together, I don't know.
The one thing I immediately think of, and I could be forgetting something else, is when we went. I mean, we went to the woods with a group of friends, and we were.
I was getting ready to bring up that story.
Yeah, we were just walking around, just exploring.
Yeah, to be fair, it was like what, midnight?
Oh yeah, it was late.
1 o'clock.
And we came out of the trees and into a field, and a couple of us were like, "Well, there's a house right there. This really isn't a great idea to cross the field." Because there was a road on the other side we wanted to get to, and once we got to the road, we would go back to the cabin or whatever. Mm-hmm.
But we did it anyways.
we did do it anyways. And we're walking through this field.
And this dude's dogs.
Yeah, it was the dogs that started barking first.
Bonkers.
Absolutely crazy. And they didn't chase us or anything.
No.
But they were so loud, and we were like, okay, this guy's going to...
We need to get out of here.
The people in this house are going to flip out, and we're going to flip out. And it's going to be bad. And a couple of us started running. And I can't remember. I can't remember if I ran or not. I think I might have been running because I was.
I think you were running.
I was scared of anything and everything at that point in time.
My little sister reminded me of this story because I forgot she was with us. She's like, "You remember that one time?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah. How do you remember that one time?" And she's like, "I was with you. You were basically dragging me along." I was like, "Oh yeah."
I forgot she was there.
Yeah. So basically, the guy came out of the house with a high-powered laser. What's attached to high-powered lasers? Especially in the middle of nowhere, out in the country in Illinois. We knew what was attached to it. Probably not that kind.
Yeah.
But
well, There was a good chance it was. We don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, it probably was.
It started sweeping across the field.
It was
You
terrifying.
could feel it when it went. I swear, I could feel it go across the back of my neck.
Because you could feel you could feel the heat from it when it came across you.
It was terrifying.
Super high-powered laser.
We took off sprinting, and we dove into the ditch like it was like we were in Vietnam, and just dove in there. Like, okay, so like half the people dove into the ditch and just kind of hid until he went away, and then like the other half just kept going. That was scary. That might be the closest, because I don't know. I would hope that he'd notice, hey, that's not running on 4 legs.
Yeah.
Or he thought it was Sasquatch. I don't know.
I mean, my guess is you probably looked out the window and said, hey, that's not running on 4 legs, and then decided I was kidding.
Actually, that's possible, too.
Because, honestly, I just hit the table that one.
Regardless, it was terrifying.
Yeah, it was scary. Moral of the story is, if you want to go hiking with your friends, sure, have at it. If you see a house,
in a guy's field
don't do
right
that.
next to his house.
I'm begging you, don't.
It was funny, though. It was funny. Now we have this story to tell you. You're welcome. Thank you, everybody.
I've hit the table like 30 times. I'm gonna back away.
What's something? Oh, another fun thing we did. It wasn't life-threatening by any means, but Robbie was into airsoft growing up.
Very into airsoft.
I wasn't. I was into it, but I'd never gotten into it. So Robbie took me with his friends one time. His other friend shot me in the back of the leg with his modified airsoft gun, which, Henry, if you're watching this, no, I forgive you. It was fun. But big giant well. Anyways, we were at his house one time, and I really wanted to play airsoft. Robbie only had one gun. So I had this stupid idea where I'm like, you know what? I'll run around the property, and it'll be like Robbie's trying to hunt me. Do you remember that?
I do now. I forgot.
And I'm running around the property, and all these little airsoft BBs are just... Pew, 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 pew. And I'm just running for my life. It takes a special friend to say, you know what, buddy? I am going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Start running.
Yeah.
He gave me a head start, though.
I figured that the alternative was that he was going to make me run away, and he would have shot at me because...
That's to make up for the fact that we killed him like 18 times in our book.
Yeah, so that's true. If you haven't watched our video, go watch our most recent video where we read our book that we wrote.
Yeah.
While we were apparently high, because it makes no sense at all.
We were not. Disclaimer, we were not.
We were actually just...
We were
12, 13, yeah.
Can I tell the fun story about when you wanted to cook while we were camping? Can I? So we went camping.
Sure, I don't.
We went camping, and I brought all this stuff, so I was like, oh, I'll wake up, get breakfast going, and then Robbie came out. This was a while ago, to be fair. I don't know, probably like 5-6 years ago by now. I don't know. And Robbie said that he wanted to cook the eggs. So I was like, oh, okay. Do you remember this yet?
No. I know, but if I'm cooking something outdoors, I know it's not going to end well. So
So, keep in mind, I have a cast iron skillet, which I was waiting for Robbie to grab, but he didn't grab.
Oh, no.
You got the fire going real hot. And then he put the grate over the top, and I was like, huh, this is going to be an interesting development. Robbie's going to cook eggs on the grate. I don't know. Do you remember it now?
I think I do a little bit.
He put 2 layers of tinfoil down on top, and I was like...
I'd probably seen it on Chopped, done by a professional.
And the fire was roaring hot, and had the tinfoil just completely, like... It was still solid, but you could tell it was, like, melting. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to watch. He took an egg, cracked it, and poof, straight through the tinfoil. and I've never seen Robbie quit so fast. He was like, okay, you do it. I don't.
Because I do remember every time I went camping, I had absolutely no like outdoor expertise of any kind. I would sit back, I'd watch Jacob cook, I'd watch Jacob build the fire.
It wasn't that bad.
And I think the only thing I was basically like the comic relief of the group. I would keep everyone
you were
entertained.
Quite the comic relief.
I was the entertainment.
I mean, you were, but not in like a bad way.
Yeah. Camping was fun. I had no idea what
we need to do it again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I hope I'm not like scooting out of shot.
I don't know.
I've slowly been this way. Okay, very good.
That's our executive producer. So,
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. But yeah, we did all kinds of stuff. Camping, airsoft. I got to do that a couple times. We played sports all the time. Played basketball together. We played football together for 1 year.
Played baseball against each other. And I ran over your catcher, whom...
Yeah.
That was a good time.
I remember when we were playing t-ball, and it was Robbie running from first to second, and the ball was hit to me, and I chased him down. I think you even got to second base before I even tagged you, but I chased him down, and then all my coaches were like, you could have just thrown it to first base, right? And I was like, but I want to get him.
Yeah.
And what else did we do?
Oh.
Was that boring?
Well, there was also the time when we it was around 4th of July or maybe after. A lot of our stories occur during the 4th of July weekend window, somewhere in there.
We do a lot of stupid things.
We do a lot of stupid things with fireworks and fire in general.
Oh, which story are you going to do?
The one...
Because we've got good stories and bad stories of 4th of July.
I was going to tell the one where your dog became an artillery commander and nearly leveled.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We had a, what do you, it was a
the
mortar.
Little mortar thing? Yeah.
We had a mortar. It was pretty big.
One that you probably shouldn't fire in town.
Right. Yeah. Not advisable.
That's important to know. It was in town.
And we set it up. It was level. It was on a bunch of bricks. It was safe.
We were safe.
And we light it. Everyone ran away. We were in Jacob's backyard. And straight across from his backyard, there's a little side street, and then there's another house. And your dog came flying out. I don't know what got into it. But it came flying in and just took out the stand we had made, flipped over the mortar, and it went boom, 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 right
into the neighbor's house. I don't think they were home. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, it hit the house like 3 times. All I could see was like in the reflection of the window, because I was looking directly in the windows thinking, somebody's going to be looking out the window. They're going to see this. And I didn't see anybody, but it just, big, bright light. And what do? I run to go pick up the mortar. It's funny, because I had this discussion with my family the other day, where we talked about like times where we almost died or stupid things. And that was, we've talked about almost all these stories.
Yeah.
When they were at my house.
Right.
Because my family remembers them. Except for the bomb. My mom didn't know about that. She learned about that for the first time the other day. But yeah, my mom was like, why did you pick it up? And I was like, did you want it to go through the neighbor's window? I mean...
It
was either my fingers being blown off or the neighbor's glass. I don't know which one's more important. I couldn't think at that moment.
Hey, they've got crazy prosthetics now.
Yeah.
So I mean, and health insurance covers these, not the windows. Although,
what about the time that your mom got hit with a bottle rocket?
Mom.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. It wasn't me. I was the one who started it.
Yeah.
So a fun thing to do with bottle rockets, don't do this, don't try this at home, is you light the bottle rocket, you wait, and then right before it goes, you throw it up in the air, and then, it's a wild card. It might hit somebody, it might hit it. I mean, you can aim, like, the general direction of where it goes, but another friend threw it, and it just went straight at Robbie's mom, and it was...
It was hilarious.
It was terrible.
It was
so bad.
I love my mom, but it was hilarious, and I was crying laughing.
Now, if she would have gotten hurt, then it wouldn't be funny. But we're happy you're okay.
Yes.
And then I didn't learn my lesson. The next year, it was out at Robbie's farmhouse instead of their house in town.
I hit the craziest trick shot with one of those bottle rockets. I threw it, and again, there's sort of, you kind of can feel which direction it's gonna go when you let go of it. Generally, you let go of it and it rotates up, and so by the time it goes off, it just flies away.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I put some English on this sucker, and it was just twirling around, and no one had any idea what was gonna happen. Unfortunately, it came right back at us and
at my face.
nailed Jacob in.
So the only thing that saved me was I went like this, and it hit my hand, and I had like a bruise on the palm of my hand.
There's a near-death experience. I also nearly took your head off with a golf ball.
Oh my gosh, that hurt so bad.
I'm terrible.
It was
at
my
golf.
own fault.
I'm terrible at golf, but
It's so much fun to go golfing with Robbie. Coming this summer.
Oh yeah, that's a
golfing with Robbie.
I'll teach you all the tips and tricks of the trade that I've learned.
So I was stupid and went in front of Robbie with the golf cart because I thought, and don't take this badly, but I thought Robbie hasn't hit it off the ground so far today. Keep in mind, wasn't that your first time, like, ever?
It was one of my first times.
Yeah, so, like, he had not had any experience with this yet.
And unfortunately, the back, like, protective flap on the golf cart was down. And so Jacob was driving towards the green.
Because I thought, you know what? He's not going to hit it up in the air. I'm going to be fine. And even if he does hit it in the air, I'm, like, 100 yards away from him. He's not going... He hit me right in the back of the head.
I hit the shot of a lifetime because not only was like far away from the green, I either at that point in time I either would hit it like the top of the ball with my driver and it would just roll off and I would want to just die, or I would hit it hard and it would just cut right, or I'd shank it, either direction. This one was a bullet, and I literally I don't know, I threaded the needle on a moving target
straight through the back window of the golf cart and directly into the back of my head.
Yeah,
might be the only time where your phone's going off.
I know.
Might be the only time where something hit me and I felt like I was shot. Like, it went numb down my arm, and I was like, oh gosh, what hit me?
You never told me that part of the story.
Well, it wasn't that important. And I turn around and Robbie had the face of sheer terror. And if I was thinking, I would have just bailed out of the golf cart and rolled, so that way he would have really freaked out. But I couldn't do it because he just looked horrified.
This plays perfectly into the life lessons taught by sports. Never underestimate the power of someone who is awful at something, because it can bite you in the butt.
It was heading right for the green too. Like, it was beautiful. The problem was my head was in the way. You want to do plan of the week?
Plan of the week. Yeah, we're gonna transition from our near-death experiences to plant of the week, and this is bonsai tree, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not a botanist. I don't know. Here's our plant of the week, everyone. This is Bruce, the bonsai tree. Everyone say hi, Bruce. Hi, Bruce.
Hi.
Bruce says hi. Bruce has a very interesting story, actually. He is a third generation.
I'm glad you took that because where I was going to go with it wasn't as good.
Third generation. He's a third generation business owner.
Oh.
His family have owned. They've owned a local business for around 60 years now. Wow. Bruce recently took over.
Good for him.
Yeah, and he's living life, and especially Bruce should give you even more reason to support local business. Because look at this guy. Look at this cute little guy. Oh, Bruce. What a guy. What a story. Bruce is living the American dream, and you can too if you subscribe and hit the notification button.
What's up, guys? Hit the subscribe button. Get that bell on for your chance to win V-Bucks giveaway. I can't do it anymore. See you later.
There's no giveaway. Thank you for watching. If you want to see us talk about something other than trying to kill each other on the
drop some video ideas.
Yeah, on the golf green. Is that what the green? I'm just gonna say the green, the fairway. Yeah. That literally, you could have died on that fairway. It could have been your final moments.
Well, do you feel this bump on the back of my head? No, right?
Yeah.
That's always been there from after that day. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say
no, but I do have a really big bump on the back of my head for no good reason. But anyways, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys.